delaying what this is all about because it's just that exciting. We're going to get right into it. And this way, if you have questions at the end, we are going to open it up for everybody so that you can get a good sense of it. And just to let you know, this is all really brand new. So thank you for being a part of it. And together, we're going to make some really cool things happen. And then, of course, we have Alex, the birthday girl. Y'all know her, but maybe she wants to introduce herself a little bit with her Leo energy.
Hello, I'm super duper excited. I have been dreaming about this announcement, honestly, for a couple of years. And so I'm glad that it's finally all coming together because what we're going to talk about, it just makes sense. I know everyone who interfaces with the agenda, I know because you all tell me, I told my friend about this. I told this friend about this. I told this friend about this. This is something that has been growing leaps and bounds because the community is supporting it and it is driven by the people in the space. So I am super excited to dive into our tiny presentation today. And again, we'll open it up for questions. But before we get started, I would like to just spend a 10-15 second introduction, everyone going around and saying their first name and saying what had you sign up for this webinar. There's a ton of stuff that you could be doing today with your time, with your energy, and yet you're here hanging out with us. So I would love for you to we'll just popcorn around, and we are going to start with Angel. So go ahead and kick it off for us. Let us know, why did you come today?
How did I know you was going to start with me? I'm Angel, and what made me come today is, well, Alex is my friend, and I really wanted to show up not just for her, but to see what the exciting news is.
Awesome. And go ahead and popcorn it to somebody else, and we'll just go around super quick.
Brianna.
Yeah, hi. My name is Brianna, and I'm joined today because I am a cycle syncing coach, and so I help women learn how to actually implement cycle syncing into their life, and not the Instagram version of it, but what does that look like in my luteal phase with my job, like all those things. So I'm really excited to learn more about this app and just having that kind of resource to offer clients.
Awesome. Pick someone else. Just popcorn it to whoever once you're done.
All right. Jocelyn. All right. Awesome. Tammy.
Hi. I'm Tammy, and hopefully there's not a second one in here. I didn't really check too much, but I showed up because I always want to learn more about myself and what's happening, and I'm really excited about this app. It's done wonders for me, and I know it can really, really help a lot of women, or anyone with a uterus, I should say. So that's the reason why I'm here, is that I'm always wanting to know what new things are going to happen. And let me see. Okay, Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm here because I saw it on Facebook and it seems interesting to me. Sorry, it's my baby. And I don't know anything about my own period, so just hoping to learn some things.
Welcome, awesome. Hannah.
Yay, we're excited for you to jump in. And then Algin, if you want to round it out, let's hear from you.
Hi, I am Algin. I've been supporting the agenda with the Period Powered campaign and giveaway. And so this announcement kind of coincides with that. So excited to be here to support Alex and her birthday. And then even just hear feedback and excitement about the announcement to see how, it can be even more supportive for all menstruators out there, and talk about it more on social.
Yes. And if you haven't signed up for the Period Power campaign, please do, because you can win like thousands of dollars worth of services and products and amazing things. And it's just so bomb. So thank you for doing that. Thank you, everyone. So excited. So I think that was everybody, right? Cool. All right. So if I could have your attention Boo doo 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 doo. Welcome to the Cycle Squad. Women and menstruators. I love anybody with a uterus. Thank you for saying it that way. We have this very exciting program called Cycle Stars that we'd love for you to learn about. And it's friends helping friends track and make stacks of money, that is. So this is going to be a really cool way for us to help spread the word. Like Alex said, you all are period evangelists, like even if you don't know it, because just even from my own life, when I started my cycle, I had my mom who did not know how to share information with me, just kind of like toss in a super absorbent tampon when I was 10 years old into the bathroom and say, here you go. This is what I do. So this is what you do. A little traumatizing, but that's okay. But by the time I got older, I started to really lean on my friends for support when it came to my cycle. I even got coached over the phone by my best friend the first time I put my Diva cup in. So like, this is how we know that the best way to learn about some of the things that go on with our body is just word of mouth and by learning with our friends. So one of the main people that has taught me so much about my cycle is the one and only, the lovely Alex. And she's so super passionate about sharing the good word on why it's important to know how your body works, what is important about this rhythm that we have with our cycle or even with the moon cycle. Alex, you got anything you want to share here? Girl, we love you.
Thank you. I'm so excited. So yeah, so this is just something, again, like I've been dreaming about forever, is an affiliate program. Is it a way to support people who are already doing this work, telling their friends, evangelizing about their periods by just sharing their real experience about the agenda period and actually being able to support them monetarily. Danielle and I were talking offline before we got started, and that is my true hope with creating this Cycle Stars program, is that you can just share with continue to share what you're already sharing with your friends and the people in your life, because I've got a gigantic goal. I've got what they call a BHAG, if you've ever heard of that, a big, hairy, audacious goal. And my BHAG is that within my lifetime, every single woman and menstruator on the planet will have access to the education, information, and empowerment to really work with their menstrual cycle with ease and joy, to understand how their body works, to understand what supplies and support that they need, and then be able to actually go procure those supplies for themselves. But even with all of my Leo energy, absolutely cannot do that by myself. I talk about periods about 24/7, and there is still just not enough hours in my day to tell the good word to everybody about their menstrual cycle. And so when we were thinking about this program, we're just thinking about how can we encapsulate all of that? How can we bring in the really passionate people together and use that energy to light a metaphorical period fire around the planet? Because that is really the goal of the agenda period. Yes, we've got a product. We started with a planner. We moved into app form, and the delivery method does not matter to me as much as the fact that this needs to get spread far and wide across the planet. And so that is why we are launching this Cycle Stars program and the Cycle Squad, is bringing really energetic folks together to help us spread the word, because everybody needs to learn about this, because it just changes your life once you know how to actually work with your own body.
Yes, all of that. A friggin' man. Yes, like Alex said, like the agenda period is here to help you understand your body, to understand how it works, and to start utilizing and leveraging the power of your phases, right? Like we're all talking about luteal, and I thought it was really funny yesterday. Alex and I were kind of prepping, and both of us were like, oh, so tired. We're like yawning. We're like a little crotchety and like grumpy from the weekend, whatever. And we're laughing about it. But what I thought was even better is like in this phase, we're working smarter, not harder, right? Like our body is like rest, but we know we got it, we got things to do. So like, let's work smarter, not harder. So that's kind of where we're at.
I spent an hour and a half reading a book for fun this morning because I am tired. I'm in the luteal phase. I knew I had a bunch of high energy stuff to do. My to-do list, as all of our to-do list, is never ending, but I was like, I need to unplug right now because otherwise I'm not going to be able to give my energy to this meeting. And you would have seen me coming in with like bags down to here if I would have been doing all the stuff I should be doing. But really, that's like the brilliance of cyclicality, is understanding how to work with what our body is asking us rather than what we should be doing. So I'm so excited about it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Amen. Amen to all of that. All right, let's chat some more here. We're going to address the elephant in the room right away with the things that have been happening in the States with overturning Roe v. Wade. A big announcement has kind of spread like wildfire across social media platforms, asking you to delete your period tracker apps. So we want to talk about that first and foremost, because the first thing that we need to empower everybody is that knowledge is power. The more you know, the more empowered you are to spread the good word. And so one of the, like, I love my period tracker app. Before I ever had any kind of idea about periods, I got like one of the first editions of period tracker apps because it just helped me to know when Aunt Flo was coming to town, right? Like it just made it easier for me to plan vacations or whatever. So even without understanding what each cycle meant, it was important for me to know when my period was happening for a lot of different reasons. So I've been somebody who utilizes period tracker apps for a long time, and I'm not ready to get rid of it. But since the Agenda Period has started their period app, I feel so safe with their app for a few different reasons. First of all, they just put out a transparency report. So if you haven't seen it, it is up on their website. It lists literally everything inside of their app and what it's used for. Now, unlike most period tracker apps that are free, the Agenda Period does not sell your personal information. Most apps that are free do end up selling your personal information. It's one of the ways that they operate so that they can operate for free. So your data kind of gets shared with other third-party platforms that they use. And of course, Alex, if I'm not explaining this right, you just let me know. But because the Agenda Period does have a small fee for you to track your period, they're able to keep that locked down to a very minimum. So any of the information that you have in the platform is mainly used for internal information. So unfortunately, it doesn't mean that if in the case of a subpoena, that they wouldn't have to give your information over. That is going to be true with all period tracker apps. Hopefully that would never happen. Worst case scenario, of course. However, the Agenda Period does our part to just make sure that everything that you submit is as safe as possible. And so I know for a fact too, since that has happened, Alex has been constantly working with developers to ensure that everything that is in the back end is completely transparent, of course, and also that we are looking forward to what is new technology, what is something that can also continue to ensure that all information is safe. So if I basically did get rid of my other period tracker apps and just solely am utilizing the Agenda Periods tracker so that I know what phase I'm in. They are so much better than any other period tracker app because they give you all these cool things that you can find out about what your body is going through during your cycle, but also I don't have to worry that my information is going to be just leaked out to the rest of the world. Anything else you want to share about that, Alex, or do I think I kind of got it?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I dropped the transparency report in the chat. So if people want to read that, again, the only things that we share with any third parties, there's nothing that is sold. We only share something that's necessary to make the app function. And all other things are just looked at on the back end in terms of bug fixing and supporting the product. So what is really common in the industry is people have a free product and then they sell you. Have you ever had one of those freaky, like, oh, my period just started, I wonder why I keep getting tampon ads now all of a sudden? It's no coincidence, folks. It's because like there have just been other products that's how their business model works, is they sell your information to marketers so that you can get targeted and buy their products. And the Agenda period has never done that, and we will never do that. There are other ways to make money. One of them is a subscription, and we'll be looking at other features in the future, but it'll never include throwing our customers under the bus. They're just better ways to go about that. And we're just really want to be clear and upfront about that. And we do have an additional security feature, because honestly, the only way to prove to yourself that your data would never go into the hands of someone you don't want it to go into would be to track on paper. That does take away some of the personal elements, as well as it takes away some of the ease of use. But if that was something that was very, very concerning to you, we're going to be creating a new mode on the application that you could still get all of the wraparound services, the phase deep dives, and all of the content and a store in the future. But we would show you how to do the tracking on paper. And so we're really trying to think about this privacy angle from every single side of this equation to make sure that users are as safe as possible and still getting the service that they desire.
That's incredible. Yeah. See, always still like there's still a solution immediately. Like, love it. Thank you. So here's the best thing to do, right? If you are interested in learning how to become a cycle star, one of the best things that you can do is make sure that your app is up to date and that you are a subscribed user on the platform, because the more that you know, the more you're comfortable with your app, the better you will be able to relay that information. So let's talk a little bit more about cycle stars, shall we? All right, cycle stars, and I'm kind of just including all of you in that. Our cycle squad is an incredible, passionate group of period evangelists who want to spread tracking awareness through creating content and speaking in person with their networks. These friends are not afraid to show how tracking has impacted their life and business, and they do that online and in real life. So if y'all ever had the itch to become an influencer, this could be a really fun way to become an influencer, right? So one of the ways that we encourage you to do that is to do your own cycle check-in, right? Like just how we did at the start of our call, know what phase you're in, talk about it. Like if you follow the Agenda period on Instagram, which hopefully you all do, you are seeing this amazing Leo, Alex's reels, and they're always so spot on about what phase you're in, what you can do to utilize your mojo during that phase. And it's just a fun, inspiring way that you can share some content about the app, about your phase, and just kind of poke fun at yourself too. Because I mean, who doesn't love to do that? And then share away, right? Like we are not afraid to share. Like, yes, we are a part of a cycle, even if we don't necessarily menstruate. Like we have the energy of the different phases, even of the moon. So that impacts your productivity levels. It impacts symptoms you might be having. And it's fun to share that in life in general. You call your best friend, you check in and say, hey, how you feeling? And usually I'm like, oh, my period's going to start tomorrow. I'm just so tired and exhausted. And that just naturally comes out. So, why not naturally leverage some of that energy that already happens? And then you could pave the way forward, because as we keep driving home, I know hopefully that doesn't get annoying, but we lean on our friends, we share with our friends. So your friend now knows about the period tracker app from the Agenda, and now they want to become a cycle star. Well, it's really, really easy to become a cycle star. Nobody has to pay anything. We'll tell you more about all you have to do. Just be a subscriber. So as soon as they become a subscriber on the app, they also have an opportunity to create a little side cash by sharing all the good stuff about the Agenda. Oh no, I went to the end of the presentation. How did I do that? Let's go back.
And I'll also just share. So like one of the things that I do when I'm making the content is like this morning, if you saw my reel this morning, it was just like, hey, did you know you need more calories during different phases of the cycle? And then I showed myself eating a donut, and the donut was really delicious. And so it's just like, can be as easy as like, because we're constantly about a week and a half moving to the next phase, I'll just do a block of period content, and then I'll do some other kinds of content. And it just is really easy to pull exactly from the phase that you're in and share about it. So we don't have to overthink this or make it super complicated. It can be a really fun way. And it does make me laugh at myself, because I was like, man, why do I need a donut right now? But I was just like, it's a luteal phase. I'm just a little extra hungry and a little extra tired today. I don't have to take myself that seriously. Why not film a reel eting a donut? And it was hilarious. So it can just be that easy.
But it also changed my life this morning, Alex, because I had tater tots with my breakfast and I was feeling some kind of way about that. And then I saw your reel about the donut and I was like, it's true. I'm in my luteal phase. I need more calories. Thank goodness I had tater tots. Like, it totally just changed my mindset around this guilt that I was holding on to about eating tater tots this morning. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I meant to tell you that your reel changed my life this morning. I love that. Thank you. And so, yeah, there's even more perks to becoming a Cycle Star. So we have a monthly live event, and that's all we're starting with now, but I'm sure there'll be like little pop-up things in the future. But if y'all have ever read the book Red Tent, there's a really special story that kind of just brings people together, right? Birthing tent, it's like everybody is there. It's like the space where we as women administrators just come together to do kind of what we're doing right now, is talk about our phases, talk about how we're sharing information, and to learn new ways from our amazing CEO, Alex, of continuing to spread the good word. So that'll happen once a month. It'll be free for, everybody who's a Cycle Star. And I think it's going to be a good freaking time. So we'll give you more details about that once you're a Cycle Star. Of course, there will be prizes. So we plan to incentivize every step of the way. There'll be like little micro milestones or challenges every other month, so that we can create even more buzz around being an influencer for the agenda period. There's going to be, of course, cash money. So the plan here is for every subscription that you get, or even to start, maybe even just the downloads, $3 a person. So anytime somebody uses your link to sign up for the Agenda Period app, you're going to get $3. And that's actually a really big deal. It sounds maybe like it's not, but as all you have to do is get somebody to sign up using your link. And this is side cash. This is easy money. This is something that if you have big networks, you can totally make this a legitimate side hustle, because this is a product that most, and maybe Alex, you might have a stat on this, but like most people are using period tracker apps.
Yeah, so there are currently 100, you knew I would have a stat on this. There are 100 million period app users in the United States. So those are people who are already primed to use this kind of content, but there are 800 million people who are having a period every single day. And so there are a lot of people who are primed. There are a lot more people who have periods. So really, this is a fantastic side hustle. And just to kind of give you the numbers in perspective. Yes, that is a lot of periods. The numbers in perspective. So a typical affiliate program pays out between 10 to 15%. And we wanted to do more than that. We really wanted to thank you guys. So our normal subscription is $9.99. So we're putting it around 30% of what you're getting out for every person who signs up, because we really want to say thank you to you all for spreading the word with us and helping more people discover their bodies and increase and improve their health through understanding their cyclical awareness. So those are some fun stats we can throw out for you.
Yeah. And to top it off, like we said, like it's not one and done. There's going to be a lot of opportunity here for you to even make more during certain periods of challenges, and even prizes like gift cards and different things like that I mean, the plan is to give back as much as possible. Alex said earlier today, how did you put it? You were like, I'd rather pay.
Oh, I said in business, no one wants to say the quiet part out loud. Everybody has to pay somebody to get to know, to spread the awareness about their product. That's why we get hit with paid ads every time. And I said, I would rather pay my friends than pay Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. So I would rather pay you all than like run more shitty Facebook ads.
Yeah.
What was the number of, can you add more clarity to that question? The number of people who have periods every day?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, the audio just went out and I was like, what's that number?
800 million people experiencing a period every day. And so there are more people in their reproductive years who are having a period, throughout the month, but that's just on average per day. That's a lot of bleeding.
That's a lot of donuts and tater tots all around. And then there's also going to be some fun bonuses too. Like Alex has created so much juicy content for the agenda period. And so as soon as you become a Cycle Star, we do deliver some of that training so that you can become a period pro, that you'll know the ins and outs of what each cycle means and how to even sell during each phase of your cycle, which will be very helpful. Just checking, can y'all still see my screen? Because my computer's doing a little something funky. Thank you for the head nod. Appreciate ya. Okay. So yeah, red tents are the party. That's where it's at. Like, this is going to be something we do once a month. And the vibe has been really great in this room. And look at us. Most of this room is luteal. So like, that makes me definitely super excited to join the red tents, to learn more from Alex. Like, those stats are incredible. We definitely need those in the sound bites and the talking points for Cycle Stars. So I'll circle back with you on that. But yeah, that's going to be a really good time. So again, what you'll promote is the app. And so with the app, there is a free 30-day trial for everybody. So you're not hard selling anybody. That's important to remember. Like, I know there are a lot of different companies, in particular, a lot of people feel a certain way about MLM type companies where you get like your high school friends in your DMs asking you if you want to buy shampoo or something. Like, I love it. It's totally respectable. And at the same time, you're going to have to, buy something, maybe buy into a program, at least spend $200 a month or something like that. This is a free, like it's like a free trial, right? So you sign up and you do pick a subscription, but you get to test it for 30 days for free. And so if somebody doesn't feel like it's doing what they need, then they have the opportunity to back out before paying. And so that always feels nice, not having to like hard sell somebody. And then of course, it's a very generous $24.99 a year or $9.99 for 3 months at a time. And again, it's safer tracking. Like, the subscription means something. It is not just going into the pocket of the CEO, although, like many people will think that, but it actually goes to programs like this. How can we give back as much as possible? How can we keep your information safe? And that's pretty much it. And it syncs with your Google Calendar. And when you are a subscribed user, you get automatic upgrades and different privacy protections. Like, it's the way to be. So if you haven't updated your app, definitely update it. There are some even new things in the works that may be coming out soon, and that's exciting too. All right, yeah, so we're gonna create and share the agenda experiences. Look at how, like, this is like very Calgon. Take me away. So becoming an influencer for the agenda period, we're just gonna ask you to share as much as you want, right? Like, we love to keep track, but it's impossible to keep track of everybody's posts. So there's no minimum or maximum requirement that you have to post. Just the more that you're involved, the better it will be for you to get people to sign up, for you to get $3 per download. But we want to see what you got. So if you can, we would ask you to just tag us, tag the agenda period, hashtag Agenda Cycle Star. If you just do Cycle Star, it's like a bicyclist, like, what is it called? Soul Cycle. Like, it's a huge trending hashtag for Soul Cycle. So we definitely want to do Agenda Cycle Star or Agenda Cycle Squad so that we can see you and promote you and highlight some of the, yeah, we could put it in there too. I like that, Angel. We definitely can just take over the Cycle Star hashtag. I like that. There are bicyclists that have periods. Oh my gosh. I love you guys. This is a great time. Just saying, if this is like the funnest webinar you've had, or at least a fun webinar that you've had, give me some kind of reaction in your little Zoom room bubble here. Oh yeah, feeling it. I'm feeling the love. All right. You'll get all this information, so you don't have to sit here and read every single word. We will send out a replay so that you can go back and relive this amazing experience. I know I will.
And we'll send out all the content prompts and stuff in their welcome packet after you do the application. So you'll get lots of information. Danielle's put together like fantastic stuff for you guys. So you will definitely be able to come back to it.
Yeah, we plan to give you all kinds of assets for you to use, right? So you may or may not be a Canva Pro designer. And if you're not, that's okay. We're going to give you some assets that you can have so you can share things. And all you really need is your code. Once you have your unique affiliate code, you'll be able to get all the signups in the world. And you can be really creative with how you share that information. Yeah, so we'll go back to that. We don't really need to talk about all the talking points. I think you're kind of getting an idea for it. Some more content inspiration, again, social media posting, but there's also non-digital sharing. So you all might have coworkers, you might have a book club, a church that you belong to, just even your friend group. This is a great way to just spread the word about the Agenda Period and the app, and your promo code can be used everywhere. You might want to host some web events, something like this, like a easy little Zoom room with your friends. You could do in-person chats, have a coffee date, go to the park and meet some other moms and dads who might want to know how to be a part of this. It's a really cool side hustle. You don't even have to have a traditional cycle to be spreading awareness. Blogs and articles, if any of you are a writer or a marketer, this could be another easy way for you to get some traffic to your unique code. And if you own a business, or if you are familiar with how to do ads or anything like that with sponsored posts, you might even want to create your own little funnel that brings people through and uses your unique code. So this is our squad for now, but we hope to fill this whole page up with all your shining faces. And what we're gonna do after this call, like Alex said, is we're gonna send you the replay, we'll send you the slide deck, and we'll even give you the application. So what happens from here is we have just a very easy kind of Google form application for you to fill out if you're interested in becoming a Cycle Star. There is literally nothing you have to pay or anything like that. You do not need to be a social media influencer right away. Just saying, like, there's no requirement for you to have a following or an audience for you to participate in this program. Literally, you just have to be a person, and you have to be a passionate periodpreneur, or, you know, even just somebody who is just passionate about helping others have more information about their body's natural rhythms. So that's it for now, but I want to open up the floor for any kind of comments, questions, and even if you're just like super excited and you want to share that, like, let me know, guys. Not all at once. Very hard to hear you. And if there are, yeah.
Do you have resources for like people trying to get pregnant? Does the app, like, if you are pregnant, can you put that on there, and postpartum and stuff like that? Or is it just for people who are having periods?
Yeah, so right now there is not a mode for pregnancy, but we've got a place that you can take notes. And so what I did, so in 2020, I was pregnant with twins. I spent most of the pandemic wildly pregnant. Um, and so I didn't have the typical phases, but I still tracked my energy and took really great notes. And so that's what we would recommend right now. In the future, we're looking at what are additional modes that could be built out, but just tracking your mood and energy. And we've got the entire framework of the agenda period, which like lets people know typically in this phase, you feel like this, you feel like this, you feel like this. So like there's all that training content in the app already in the cycle guides. And so what I would do is I would just check in with kind of like my phase quick guide and say, okay, I know I don't really have a cycle right now, but how am I feeling energetically? And I'm like, oh, I'm feeling much more follicular today. Let me take advantage of that. And I've got an energy spike today because I finally stopped throwing up. So what can I do with that energy right now? And so we really have tools like that can support folks, even who would be in the pregnancy or postpartum, or if you've got a free range cycle, which is what we call it. We don't like to call them irregular. We like to call them free range. So if you've got a free range cycle, we've even got content for tracking with the moon, because there is a lot of mythology around and some ideas that perhaps women in the past really cycled with the moon. Our moon phase, our cycles really line up with the moon phases. So we've got content in the app for that as well in one of our guides. And so there are definitely resources for people who are not having a traditional cycle right now. So this would still be a great time for you to participate and learn more. But in terms of like avoiding pregnancy or actually trying to get pregnant, we're really focusing on the menstrual cycle as a whole healthy modality rather than saying like we're helping people get pregnant or not. We believe that fertility is a great indicator of your overall health. So there's not a ton of specific content around getting pregnant, but there are some articles, and I'm sure we'll have more general content around that in the future as well.
Great question. Thank you. Anyone else?
Who's excited to become a cycle star? I mean, no pressure, but.
Even just for the events where we can just get together and be in our PJs or even our red lipstick, whatever, and chat like this. This has been a really, 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 really fun time.
Yeah, the world feels like a little bit intense and overwhelming and kind of scary right now. There's been a lot going on around reproductive health. And what we want to really invite is a space of community and collaboration where we can understand how we can take our own power back through learning more about our bodies and the way that they work. And so even just being able to provide that kind of sounding board to each other is just going to be a great place to land in the world and what's going on. Yeah, you raise your hand. What question do you have?
Yeah. It's not really a question. It's more of like a statement, I guess. So, and also excitement. So on the 2nd of August, I have an appointment with my doctor and women's exam, all that jazz. Well, this is a new doctor I've never had before. So I'm super excited to like go in there and tell her like what phase I'm in and all that jazz. Because at my last doctor in Kentucky, I was having some issues, and come to find out it was fibroids, but I was having issues. And I went in and mentioned the phase and how I was feeling. And the doctor was like, oh, so you're in what phase now? And I'm like, shouldn't you know this information? And so
now you'll be able to say, here's a code if you want to learn more about.
I'm super excited, especially with this new doctor. Hopefully she'll have at least a little bit of knowledge, because if not, here you go, lady. I guess.
That's hilarious.
I love that. Yeah, I've started to feel so much more empowered going to the doctor. I remember seeing that line that said, when was your like last bleed or whatever? And I'd be like, I don't freaking know. And yeah, just kind of guess at the day and the time and not even really know why they're asking that in the first place. And so it provides so much empowerment to be able to walk into your doctor's office and be able to tell them like, yeah, I know about myself. This is where I'm at, and this doesn't feel right, or this has been a little free range and I'm not feeling that. And like, so good. I love that. Thank you. And also, yeah, tell your doctors about this period app, and we can all kind of grow from there too. Give them your code. Anybody else have any questions, comments, anything they want to share? Doesn't look like it. Well, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to learn about this new Cycle Stars program. Please keep an eye out for your email that has all the information. It's going to have the replay. It is going to have the slide deck. It is going to have the application. So everything that you need will be in there. So just give us a few minutes to let the video do its thing and for us to get it online. And then we will send it out to you within 24 hours. So if you don't see it within 24 hours, please reach out to us so we make sure that you can have it. Thank you all so much. So grateful for you and can't wait to see you in the squad. Woo! Woo!